GG, fix armor, dude. How much time do we have to wait? Because if you release the strength intelligent class and you don't fix armor, what is going to happen? These classes are going to go full energy shield, and I hate energy shield, dude. Hey guys, I have this video here from Try that is called Brand New Path of Exile 2 Info During a Very Quiet Time, Trade, Servers and more. And of course, we have to watch this video. We have to keep up with everything that happens regarding Path of Exile 2. I think we are very close to start the teaser season before the release, because we are almost 1 month before the release of the other season, right? So we are very close to starting the teaser season, in my opinion. But let's see what Try has to say in here, dude. Dude, over 60% of you are not subscribed. Why? Why are you like this? Just click the sub button, dude. It is quick, it is easy, it is free. You get content, I get a sub win-win situation. Just click the sub button, my dude.
Hey, the first bit of new Path of Exile 2 news we are discussing is an interview between Jonathan Rogers and a Korean-Japanese content creator named KH, which happened several days ago. It was...
Okay, that is why I didn't know about this. It wasn't advertised in the normal English channels, you know, where I normally get my news. So I didn't know that happened, but it's cool that Try found it and is going to give us the news in here. This is awesome, dude.
Is mostly focused around the immediate future of PoE 2. First and most importantly, a new trade system has been designed behind the scenes at Grinding Gear Games.
Thank God for that. We really need... Guys, I have released several videos talking about how trading sucks. Several videos. And yes, one of the videos is in the interview they did with CDD, where they announced that they were going to work on a trading system. But I don't think in the CDD interview they said that it was ready. Just that they were going to work on it. They already have it ready now for this interview. That is insanely quick, dude. But hey, cool by me, cool by me.
Although what it is and when it's being implemented were not hinted at. Personally, I'd posit we'll be able to set up a merchant or something in our hideouts to hold the gear and other items we'd like to sell. A bit less instant than the currency exchange market, but far better than what we have presently. There are lots of questions I have about how it will work.
Brother, how funny it is that he included the clip. Look at this. How funny it is that he included the video that he's playing the game and someone whispers him, "You are so positively toxic." Brother, people have to stop, dude. People have to stop with this shit, dude.
Exchange market, but far better than what we have presently. There are lots of questions I have about how it will work, especially as I become one of the few of the 15,000 people still playing Path of Exile 2 about 2 months after the league launch. It's tough out there when it comes to trading, and I really...
Exactly. Like, normally people, we complain about trading in the peak of the season where everybody is there. Imagine how miserable it must be right now. Honestly, I don't know, because I've been playing PoE 1, but if I wasn't playing PoE 1, I would probably be playing PoE 2. But at this point, I am feeling like I should try, since I know how the season is going, how everything is working right now. I think I could now try an SSF run to see what happens, right?
I really hope this solution helps not only people with those early league frustrations where lots of people are listing stuff and just not responding or posting fake prices and the like, but also in the later league situations when there are far fewer people online. Will those items that people posted early in the league still be available? Will they only be available when they're online? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of questions that I have here, but I do know I'm just yearning for a better trading system or improved progression on solo self-found. And in Path of Exile 2, and Path of Exile for that matter, and improved progression in solo self-found is never going to happen, but we have now confirmed that...
Which is stupid, by the way. That is stupid as fuck. Why not? People will say, no, you can't do that because you can migrate characters. They make it so that you can't migrate characters, or that you can migrate characters but not loot. It is so easy to give SSF people something, dude. Last Epoch figured this out, a much smaller studio with far less experience. They figured it out with the faction system, when in one you can trade with an auction house and in the other one you have improved solo self-found. Just apply the trade one to the trade system and apply the solo self-found one to the solo self-found realm, and there you go. It is already figured out for you. All you have to do is copy. Yes, copy. Like, don't care about it. Just do it, dude, without remorse. You adapted a little bit for the Path of Exile environment, and there you go. Help SSF people. Why never going to improve SSF? No, that is so fucking stupid, dude.
there will be an updated trading system, which is incredibly good to hear. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think this new and improved trading system will look like? Do you have any ideas? Do you think Grinding Gear Games is going to implement it in 0.3.0? The only real timeline we have.
The cool thing for me, I don't know if that is what they are going to do, but to me, what they should do is put the website inside of the game. Like, you have a vendor that just opens up the website inside of the fucking game, the trading website, with all the same functionality, but you have instant buyout. Now, how are you going to time gate this shit? I don't know. Maybe you can get it with gold, with currency, with quests that you need to do to unlock an amount of trading. I don't know. Just time cooldown. I don't know. I hope it is not cooldown, by the way. But something like that. Something like that. But what you need to do is put the website in the game and instant buyout. Everything else you put on top of that, how you are going to try to balance trade, that is another thing.
Is that it's coming before the full launch for Path of Exile 2, which, last we've heard, is happening before the end of 2025, even though...
No way in hell. No way in hell that they release. We have talked extensively about this. I have released several videos talking about this. No way they release the game in 2025. They even know this. They are already targeting around, they said in an interview, around March. And for around March, the league that is going to draw with their 4-month cadence is in April. So I think the date for the launch of the game could be April 2026 or August 2026 in case they don't make the timeline for April. Then it is pushed back to August. In my opinion, that is a timeline. I don't think December will be the next league, and not December this year, December next year, because that would imply a 2-year early access. That is too much for early access, in my opinion. So I think that it is April or August for the full-time release, the full release, which is not a really full release, because I already said that probably there is going to be, not all the classes are going to be there. And if you don't have all the classes, is that really a full release? I don't know. I don't know.
I really doubt that's happening. By the way, if you'd like to bounce around the video, as always, the timestamps are below, so if you're not interested in the next topic, just skip right ahead. This next bit of information was great to hear. It was that ascendancy classes are the big focus of balance changes right now. They want...
Please, dude. There is not only a big disparity between ascendancy classes. For example, if you are playing a monk, you go Invoker because Chayula sucks. If you are playing Sorcerers, you go Stormweaver because Chronomancer sucks. And yes, someone is going to come, no, I play Chayula and I two-hit the boss. No, I play Chronomancer and I have a build that nothing moves around. Yes, but these are outliers. The rule is that the other one is the one you pick and the other one sucks. But it is not only the balancing between them, but also even the powerful ones. You don't feel they really transform your class as much as you wanted them to, right? It is like you ascend, but you are just getting a couple of points more. You are not really transforming your class into something new with these points. And that is what they should aim to do. For how hard these points are to get, because you have to ascend with the Suck My Balls trial, with the Trial of Chaos. These are sometimes difficult and annoying trials to accomplish, even the last one where you have to kill the last boss of the trial. For how difficult it is to get these points, they don't offer you as much as they should offer you, in my humble opinion. So they should give us more in those points. They should be more impactful, more, not only, I am not saying powerful in terms of numbers or raw power, but improve my class, transform my class, that I feel like I am ascending. Like, I don't think they are hitting the nail in the head right now with any of them, to be honest. So yes, it is good to hear that they are focusing on ascendancies, because that is cool.
Each to feel distinct and powerful, and presently a good chunk are missing that mark. The same goes broadly for the passive skill tree. As they continue to develop it, they like to ensure it impacts builds in noticeable ways. As opposed to having a lot of little stats that mean something greater at the end of the day, they want you to be able to take a wheel or take a few notes and immediately feel the impact on your character. And for a lot of parts of the passive skill tree, we all know what I'm thinking about right now, it really misses the mark. Hopefully, as they add more classes to the game, such as the much desired strength intelligence part of the tree.
I am really pissed off that we don't have our strength intelligence iron. I think the hybrid classes are the coolest classes, by the way. I am playing right now PoE 1, and definitely the hybrid classes are the coolest one, in my opinion. The Duelist, the Shadow, and the Templar are the three coolest classes, in my opinion, in PoE 1, and they are the hybrid ones. And in PoE 2, for the hybrid, we are missing the Shadow, we are missing the Duelist, and we are missing the 2 Strength Intelligence. We are missing the Templar and the Druid. Please just give me the Wolf Druid. But yes, we need a Strength Intelligence. But at the same time, the Strength Intelligence class is going to be affected by the armor bullshit. Fix armor, dude. How much time do we have to wait for you to fix armor? Just fix armor, brother. Fix armor, dude. Because if you release the Strength Intelligence class and you don't fix armor, what is going to happen? These classes are going to go full energy shield, and I hate energy shield, dude. Just fix armor, brother.
The tree continues to develop and get better. Next up, we learn the hardcore population, the hardcore realm, meaning if you die, your character is done for, is between 3 and 4% of the player base, and it is not considered when it comes to game balance. Grinding your game.
It surprises me that it is that 3 to 4%. I would think it will be even less. So 4% of people, 3% of people are willing to lose their characters when they die. Hey, that is a lot of people that are playing hardcore, literally, right? I would think it is even less, that not many people want to lose their character if they die. So hey, that is cool. And he just said at the end there that they are not balancing the game around hardcore. Hey, I am fine with that. Hardcore players know that when they sign up for hardcore, they are just imposing an extra challenge for themselves. They are not asking for the game to be balanced around hardcore. Of course, if there is some bullshit that just kills you without no recourse, that is bullshit. But if you can avoid it, then everything is fine, right?
Games wants characters to die, and they expect it to happen consistently, especially during first encounters against bosses. Now, this is something we've heard ad nauseum from Jonathan. He thinks you should die at least 1 or 2 times when you're fighting a boss for the first time. And honestly, guys, I die a lot more than that when I'm fighting a boss for the first time. I don't know if you guys are the same way.
Me too. When pinnacle bosses, at least, I also die more than 1 or 2 times. And that is why it is cool that they implemented the thing, the pinnacle bosses, that you can repeat them at tier 0, so you can learn the boss, because you don't do that. It was a pain in the ass before when you fight the boss once and you have a fee to enter the boss. For example, the Arbiter of Ash, the 3 fragments, or the ritual with the king or whatever. It was too much, and you die once and you are dead. Hey, how the fuck are you supposed to learn this boss? But now you can train in tier 0, you learn the boss, and then you can try higher difficulties. That was a W.
1 to 2 times, those are rookie numbers. Next, we learned performance, especially on consoles, is a huge focus of their attention. Many of the current issues appear to be CPU.
Please, a lot of my viewers that play on console always complain about console performance in both games, PoE 2 and PoE 1. They need to improve this shit, dude. Because why have the game on console then if you are not going to give it low? Then don't console, dude, at that point. I know it will be worse because then console people couldn't play, but what I am trying to say is, if you want to do this, do it right. Right?
Bound, but this should all be remedied before full release. This is something that Grinding Gear Games is very insistent on fixing. However, given the long-standing performance problems we've seen in Path of Exile 1, I know their goal is to fix all this stuff, but given the complexity of the game, I don't know if it's going to be running smoothly before full release. I'm running on a 4090 and a AMD 9950 3XT. I don't know. I'm not a computer whiz. I'm running on really good hardware, and my computer goes insane when I play Path of Exile 2. Does not happen when I play Path of Exile 1. Does not happen when I played Claire Obscure, when I'm playing Diablo 2 Resurrected. Nothing. It's fine. But when I play PoE 2, that thing is an absolute monster. I can only imagine what it's like for an Xbox, a PS5, or computers with not as good hardware, although I do hope for the best. Finally, endgame progression is receiving a bunch of middle-tier content between basic mapping and pinnacle bosses, as mentioned in...
Please, it is really necessary. It is really necessary. Because you go from nothing, or for nothing being hard, to chat being extremely hard. You need a stepping stone to get there, right?
My own chat with Jonathan. In 030, 040, and beyond, this is a big focus for them. They want a bunch of actual content, not just numbers of mobs and damage of monsters changing. They want bosses, encounters to be between you initially starting the clearing of maps with Doriani and fighting the Arbiter of Ash, or fighting the King in the Mist, or Zesht. A lot more stuff needs to be there for the game to feel better, to flow better, for people to have more things to do, and they are well aware of that. In this interview, there wasn't any talk about the towers, so I don't think there's been any development there since my interview.
They have to improve something about towers. So they have to improve something about towers, and I think when 0.3 drops, they will do something about them. And when I say something about them, I am not saying they are going to fix a problem necessarily. I hope so, but they are going to do another iteration trying to tweak something out, right? They are always going to tweak something out until this shit works. That is what is going to happen. So they have to tweak it somehow, add something, remove something, tweak something. They are going to do something about it, 100%.
Or they just decided not to touch on it, but that's the other big thing I really hope they touch on in 030 when it comes to endgame. Overall, it was a chill, quick interview, and now we can move directly into the next topic of discussion, and that's the biggest issue plaguing Path of Exile 2 right now. In my opinion, it's even touching Path of Exile 1, and those are the servers. It's been affecting the games so badly. Grinding Your Games actually released a post about this, and they've been talking about it ever since the launch of 3.26, the latest Path of Exile 1 expansion. They said this. I just want to read exactly what they said so I don't misconstrue anything. Server issues. We've been very focused on improving DDoS protection for our servers. Unfortunately, some of the protective measures have blocked legitimate traffic, causing instances to unexpectedly close. We're working closely with our server providers to finish setting up protection and resolve these issues as soon as possible. So not only are DDoS attacks causing people to consistently disconnect from the game, now there are actual issues caused by their protective measures causing people to be DC'd. And
that is why I don't know if you guys had this in PoE 1, but I had it. For example, you are in a dungeon, like I am playing D4. You are in a map, dude. You are in a map. And someone whispers you to do a trade, and you open a portal, and you click the portal to go to your hideout, and you get an error, and you can teleport, and you have to click it, error, until one of those times you go through. That is because of that. That is exactly because of that they were saying in there.
And to lose items, to roll back. This seems to be happening mostly in Europe. However, I have seen reports of it happening in the US, in Asia, and other parts of the world. And it's not isolated to just Path of Exile 1. It's hitting both PoE 2 and PoE 1, and it's getting progressively worse. It seems to have started earlier in the year, right before Dawn of the Hunt launched, and it's just getting worse and worse. So I really
It also happened in the launch of Dawn of the Hunt, by the way. It was the first time it happened crazy. Mostly in the European servers, players couldn't play the game. They got disconnected all the time. So this is one of the things that, yes, he has to fix it, because if you can't play the game, it doesn't matter how good the game is, you can't play the game, right? But at the same time, it is an outside force. The DDoS attacks, it is an outside force. I don't judge them that much because of it. Because it is really hard to defend against that. Even Blizzard has problems with that all the time. So I don't judge them as much, you know. But yes, they have to try to do something about it too. But it is hard, guys.
really hope before 030 launches, and honestly, as soon as possible, they're able to find out what's happening. Once again, I'm not a genius on these topics. My brother is. He actually works in cybersecurity, and he's excellent with all these measures. And he actually told me that DDoS attacks are pretty low cost, and there's some crazy conspiracy theories that I've seen floating around the internet about DDoSing, rollbacks, item duplication, and the like. And I don't know if these DDoS attacks are specifically...
Yes, there are people that say that they do DDoS attacks because they plan it, not necessarily to sabotage GGG, but because they are using it to exploit the economy of the game. Again, how he says, conspiracy theory, we don't know if it is true. What they basically do is they get something valuable, they trigger the DDoS attacks, they disconnect, they duplicate the items, some shit like that. We don't know.
Targeting Path of Exile servers, I'd imagine it's a little bit more complex than that, and it's just the hosts that are being targeted, and unfortunately Grinding Your Games is being affected. But really, it's just a web of issues, and I really hope my favorite game has it solved before the next big release in August. And speaking of that next,
they need to do not necessarily for August, for the full release when the game goes free to play. This year is going to release to reach 1 million players. And I mean on Steam only, because we already reached 1 million players overall. But I mean 1 million players on Steam only. This year is going to go there. They need to bulk up their cybersecurity for when the game goes free to play, for sure. So hey, careful with that, dude, because that is when your servers are really going to stress out, when anybody can just create an account and go in. And I don't not necessarily mean only players. You know that this also brings bots, bad intention people. It is just create an account and go in. Hey, dude, you have to bulk up your shit for that.
Big release in August. Another game just announced something that might impact Path of Exile 030. Last Epoch just announced that its next season, which has an amazing name, by the way, Beneath Ancient Skies, will launch on Thursday, August 21st.
That is a good name, by the way. Oh, and this is a trailer for the I watched it already. This is like a teaser for the season, and I have to say that I really like this character. I've always liked characters that are like an anthropomorphized, or however you say, a human form ram. It is fucking cool, right? Like a were ram, if you will. and it looks really cool, dude.
Now, I don't want to rehash all the...
Oh, but regarding the Last Epoch releasing in August, they are going to do basically the same, releasing 2 to 3 weeks after the release of the Path of Exile release, right? I am fine with that. I don't care. This time around is the other way around, right? This time, Last Epoch people can say that GGG wants to sabotage them, because this time GGG announced first that they were going to release a patch in August, and now Last Epoch is saying we are going to release in August too. Now you can't give me the bad faith argument from GGG, which, by the way, it was good for Last Epoch because people didn't like the Dawn of the Hunt patch, and this brought a lot of people to Last Epoch. So maybe they are doing it that because of that. I don't know. But 2 weeks after the patch for PoE, I am still hooked on PoE. There is no way I go to another game at that point.
Blown out of proportion, grinding your games is evil drama from Dawn of the Hunt and Tombs of the Erased. So I'll leave it at this. Given the tremendous backlash from some vocal portions of the ARPG community, I'd reckon grinding your games will aim to release 030 on Friday, August 8th. Of course, there's a chance it hits on August 15th, 22nd, or 29th, but landing right around August 8th is almost exactly 4 months from 020's launch on April 4th, and gives the rabid portion of the ARPG community 2 weeks to play PoE 2, then blast on over to Last Epoch if they'd like. Remember, grinding your games is set to hit dates, not necessarily hit content inside those expansions, so they might have already set this day internally, and we should be getting an announcement any week now. I'd expect an announcement within the next few weeks that they expect to launch around the first week of August or the second week.
Dude, before the 15th of July, we have to get this shit done. Like, yeah, this week or the next week we will get an announcement for PoE 2. Look at this. I have the calendar in here. We have this week that is from the 1st to the 5th, and then next week from the 6th to the 12th. We are going to 100% get news about PoE 2 before that date, dude. No way in hell we don't, because they usually announce, like with a little teaser, the name of the season or something like that 1 month before it actually drops. They don't announce everything that is coming, but they give us something, and they announce the announcement where they are actually going to reveal everything that is coming, right? Which is normally 1 week before the actual patch. So I would say that before the 12th we get the teaser, we wait like 3 to 4 weeks, and they release the full reveal, and 1 week after that we get, in August, we get the patch.
Week of August. I'm waiting for it. Now, I am probably going to give Last Epoch a go again, mostly because this expansion seems to be themed around dinosaurs, but I'm unsure how long I'll play, or if it'll be like Path of Exile 1's latest expansion, and I'll bounce before even finishing the campaign. I really have no idea. But how about you? Are you thinking you're going to give Beneath Ancient Skies a try? And
I would want to give it a try, but if the timing is too squeezed in with the release of the PoE 2 patch, I don't think so, brother. The PoE 2 patch would have to be really, really bad, and I don't think it will be bad, dude.
Speaking of giving games a try, my fellow exiles, I've finally done it. I sat down last week while my family was up north. I had some free time, wasn't feeling PoE 1, didn't really want to play PoE 2 at the time, and I decided to play Diablo 2 for the first time ever. And when
you didn't play Diablo 2 before, then you are loving it. You are loving it 100%. There is no one that doesn't like Diablo 2.
I say that, I have vague memories of getting my butt kicked by Duriel at the age of 6 playing with my father, but I've never completed this game. I don't remember anything about the game. I've never really watched videos about the game. I've only listened to the Tristram theme dozens and dozens of times over the past decade. That's it. And oh my goodness, Exiles, you were all so correct. Diablo 2, and specifically I'm playing Diablo 2 Resurrected, although I'm swapping between the graphics at times, is so incredibly similar to Path of Exile 2, I cannot believe what is happening. I'm going through this game and I'm reading
the atmosphere in Diablo 2 is second to none, though. The atmosphere, the feeling of dread of everything is shit and the world is going to end in Diablo 2 is second to none. But hey, to be honest, dude, I think this part we can watch it prior. I can finish watching this video off video, you know, because we already discussed the important part in here, which was the Path of Exile 2 news, and I guess that is why you guys are here. You don't care that much about Diablo 2, but hey, Diablo 2, awesome game. If you haven't played it, you should play the Diablo 2 Resurrected with modern graphics, awesome atmosphere, it is insane. But yes, regarding Path of Exile 2, I didn't know this interview happened, so thank you, Try, for bringing up this to our attention, because this was obscure out there. I didn't see news about this. It confirmed the trade, which is really awesome for me. I've been asking for something for trade. We don't know when it's coming, but at least we know it's coming, dude. And I am really excited for PoE 2, dude, if they release the Druid. Even if they don't release the Wolf, that it is my favorite thing. But even if they don't release the Wolf and it is just Bear and Elemental AI, I'll be happy either way and we will blast. Dude, I am so eager to try PoE 2 that I already want to spin the roulette. You guys know that I decide my starter in leagues with the roulette. I already want to spin the roulette for the next PoE league. But if they release a Wolf Druid, there is no roulette. I just play the Wolf Druid, just so you know that. The roulette is if they don't release Druid, dude. So yeah, hey, Try. Thank you for the video. Awesome video, dude, as always. What do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? Let me know everything in the comments below. I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also, remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless you. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.